Hi.
Hi.
Okay, shall we start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay.
So my voice is clearly audible?
Yeah, it's very clear. So I have set up Kubernetes. Sorry, because I'm doing Kubernetes as well. Jenkins.
Yes, okay. So I think you have a basic knowledge on Jenkins, right?
Yeah. So what I did right now, I just set up 2 Jenkins servers.
So can you please tell me what are the things that you have known as of now, so that I can tell you whether should I start from basics or not? I need to know that. So just tell
Okay.
me what are the things that you have known.
So I think right now is just to set up the master step architecture, and also my main focus would be the pipeline.
Okay,
Jenkins pipeline.
so you don't have a knowledge on pipelines, right?
No. I mean, I know, you know, for example, declarative one, the difference between declarative and the other one. But anyway, it's declarative, and then you say agent, any, and then you start with stages, and then stage, and then steps, and then step. In steps, there's many steps, so step, and then you just add the step. For example, pulling from GitHub, and then another step would be building, and then things like this. Another stage building and things like that.
Okay, are you able to write statements there in the stages? So you can able to write that statements.
In the stages, what do you mean by stages?
Stages like you will have
stages.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
You don't have that, right? You don't have that.
I just remember, I remember the structure, and then I understood a bit of the structure, but then that's all. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So you know only set up the Jenkins architecture, and you just know the structure of the CI/CD pipeline, right? So
Yeah.
apart from this, you don't have anything about Jenkins, right?
The pipelines. No.
Yeah, okay. So I think it's better to start from the scratch. I think so. So I think this is a demo session. So I'll give you a brief introduction about the Jenkins, and you will get to know about what the Jenkins is, right? So
the thing is, so can I share my screen?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I think you need to enable me. Access, so I can.
Yeah, you can. Now you can share.
Okay. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Yes.
Yeah, so on this one, for example, I already set it up. And then, I know, okay, you just go here, and then pipeline, you give a name. So, my pipeline, and then, just select the pipeline, and then I just go with it like that. That's it's for this, okay, description, blah blah, and then that's where you start. So for this, I know a bit of this, but this is my pipeline. This is what I want to focus on. And okay, no, I did another one. Yeah, but for me, I know Jenkins. I did before. Jenkins. Which one was that? Projects. The projects are not used, but I remember these kind of things. And then I know, in configuration, if you just go back here, configuration, and then you can just manage Jenkins, and then you can, for example, here, add some plugins, for example, Git, Maven, I think they are already there anyway. But like Docker, Tomcat, this kind of things. I mean, for this, I remember these. But you know, I think to go from scratch, I think it would be a waste of time.
Okay. So okay, no problem. I think we should follow the continuity. So it's better to start from the scratch so that we can follow the continuity. Otherwise, you may not understand some of the things. So it's better to start from the scratch. I think so. So yeah, no worries, no worries. We will be completed within 1 week or 10 days. Okay. Is it okay for you?
Okay, fine, no problem, fine.
Yeah. Or should I start from directly? Should I go to like a project level?
If you can maybe just like go around that project level or pipelines, you can talk about pipelines or even like master slave architecture, this kind of things. But I think if you just start, you know, I know it's a CI/CD tool and, you know, I've done that and I've set it up myself. So I think, you know, if you just go back, you know, I think it would be, you know, but it's up to you, it's fine.
Yeah, okay. Today's demo class, right? So actually, I have set it as 30 minutes for this class. So I
Yeah,
think we
fine.
don't have much time to discuss all these things. So okay, for this session, I'll give you some of the important things. I'll explain you. Like what are the mandatory things that we have to know. Like I'll tell you different things. Okay, no problem. We will discuss later all the things one by one. Okay. So for this session, I'll give you a brief introduction about different features in the Jenkins, and also, okay, no problem. Okay, this is the first class, right? So no, don't worry. Okay. Uh, so I'll share my screen.
So I'll start sharing.
Is it visible, my screen?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So I think I don't have, oh, the instance is running. So let me.
Are you doing Kubernetes as well?
Sorry.
You're doing Kubernetes as well?
Yeah, I'll give Kubernetes trainings also. Okay, don't worry.
So is that a CKA level or what is it? CKAD, what is it?
Yeah, CKAD. Yeah, but actually, you can apply for CKAD if you take the training from my side. No problem. I'll explain each and every topic for CKAD exam. Okay.
And how about do you have the certification or?
Actually, I don't have certification, but
Mm.
I have a lot of experience on Kubernetes. I have taught around 1,000 people. So I have a lot of experience on that. So you don't worry. I'll take care of everything. Okay.
Okay, because yeah, I'm focusing on CKA now. But I
Yeah.
mean,
Okay.
if you know better CKAD,
Yeah.
I can do
Because
CKAD.
why I haven't taken the CKAD examination? Like I don't have enough time to give the examination because. I have been working for one company and simultaneously I'm giving trainings for so a lot of candidates. So I don't have enough time. So that's why I'm I'm managing the time as per my schedule. So
Yes.
certification is not mandatory. When you have a skill, it's not a matter. Okay.
Then I think for you it's not mandatory because I mean, you know all of this. You understand. You
Okay.
don't
Yeah.
need, you know, when you come to that level, you don't need this. I think in the beginning you need something. You understand?
Of course. Of course.
For
Okay.
someone like me.
You don't have any experience, right?
This is the reason why, you know, I said, you know, I need
Yeah.
something.
Okay. You just
But
you
for you,
start.
it's different. Yes.
Okay. So, do you have any other experience apart from this DevOps? Because you just started, you are just moving towards DevOps. So, before
Yes,
you,
yes.
are you, no, do you have any experience on any other field?
Yeah, but well, I was doing this IT support analyst, but which was really boring, and it's almost like, doing, you need to convey information. It's
Okay.
really boring, so it's not really good.
Okay. Okay. I think you know how to install Jenkins, right?
Yeah, 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 I installed it, yes.
So, okay, let me. So, can I ask any question with this installation in the installation process, so that I get
No,
to
no,
know whether you know or not? So maybe it's my clarification only.
yes.
Okay, so let me tell. Just give me a brief about this installation process, because sometimes you may work as a Jenkins administrator. So in that time, so you need to install the Jenkins in multiple servers. Like for example, if you are working on a project. Okay, so in that project, you may have different kinds of environments, like a dev environment, a QA, like maybe there are 5 to 6 environments. So for every environment, will you create the Jenkins, or like or all for all environments, we will use only one Jenkins Jenkins server? Just tell me that. For each environment, you will use each Jenkins server, or for all environments, you are using only one Jenkins server. Just clarify me.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good question. I would say for each environment, you need to have one separate, I think
Yeah,
Jenkins.
yeah, okay, okay, that's what I want to know, because maybe many candidates will learn the Jenkins, but they don't know where to use, how to use. Maybe you have to know the real scenarios, right? Real time scenarios, because in real time experience, you may experience these kind of things. Sometimes in managerial round, they may ask you, so I have 5 environments. So now you are an Jenkins administrator. So what will you do? Will you create 5 Jenkins server for all the 5 environments, or only one Jenkins server for all the environments? Like that, they will ask you. So in that case, what you have to do is that you have to create multiple Jenkins servers. Okay. Why? Because so definitely you need a separate Jenkins server for production environment. That is a very important note that you have to remind. Okay, you need to keep that point. And dev environment and QA environment, for both these things you can use a one Jenkins server, because those are only for like testing purpose, a simple unit testing, and like some unit integration testing will be there, and it will not have that much traffic. And there you will do a little bit tasks only. You won't do any heavy lifting task. You will not do that.
So it will
Okay.
be for testing and
Testing, yeah, QA environment and
okay, okay,
development. You can use a single server for that, but for production, you have to use a single server for production, only for production. Okay. Sometimes, meanwhile, you're working on that Jenkins server, it may struck in between. So in that situation, maybe sometimes you don't have a backup for that. Okay.
okay,
So it will be helpful for you. So that's why you need to maintain a multiple Jenkins servers. So that is the thing you have to keep in your mind.
okay. Can I ask you something?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Um, well, when you say for each, like for example, for prod, you need one server, Jenkins server. When you say Jenkins server, what do you mean? Do you mean only like when you say Jenkins server is what is master slave architecture? Is the cluster with a master like worker node and manager node, or just one worker node?
That depends on your workload, your application size, because these all things will be taken care by the your architect. Like your architect will give you everything. Like he will give a documentation. So with that documentation, you can just he will mention everything, like how many slave nodes you have to use with your Jenkins master. Everything he will mention. Based on that workload and the services that you are using, depends on, it will vary with your microservices and the load. Okay. So yeah, it varies from the project to project. We cannot say these much slave nodes we have to use. We cannot say that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You're clear?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, and do you have any doubts up to this?
No. It's fine. No, I understood. So it depends on the load. So you said, so for example, if there's not much loads, then only one server will do the master and slave. So I mean,
Yes.
there's no master slave. It's just one. Okay, fine.
Okay. So yeah, I started my Jenkins server and I've taken only slave one. Okay. So let me open this. So I'll ask you one more question. So
Yes.
so Jenkins will run on which port?
8080.
8080, right? Okay. So can we change the port?
Yes, of course you can.
How can we change?
Inside Jenkins configuration file. I don't remember which file, but one of them. It's not. Let me have a look.
Yeah, have you ever tried?
Yes. A while ago. Okay, Jenkins. Let me have a look. So, okay, CD.
Okay, no problem. We will discuss that also. Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you. How many ways you can install Jenkins?
Many, or I only know is I use this Jenkins
Like
.io
yeah, just you go to Jenkins website and you
.io.
can copy paste the commands like that. Only you can know, right?
Yes, exactly, because I use Ubuntu, and Ubuntu there is already I just install Java, and then I install Jenkins. And that's it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll show you different ways. Okay, no problem. Sometimes in your interviews they may ask you, so tell me how many ways you can install the Jenkins, like that they will ask you. Okay.
Okay.
So I think you know this way, right? You have it is visible to you, right?
Ubuntu, yes.
Yeah. So I think you are
Linux.
using Ubuntu, so you will select Linux.
Linux,
Yeah, and you will go to Debian or Ubuntu. There you will find some commands.
I first import the key to the library, and then I import the library, and then I update my apt-get library, like package manager, and then I just install Java, install Jenkins, and that's it.
Yes. So Java is the prerequisite for the Jenkins. You have to install Java 11. So after that, you have to install these things. Okay. So I think you have known all these things, but we can do in another way also. Okay. So we can do through Docker, and we can do through Tomcat by deploying the Jenkins WAR file in the Tomcat web apps. Okay. So, and also we can directly run the Jenkins WAR file some with the command line arguments. So with all these things, we can access the Jenkins. So I think, do you have knowledge on this Docker and all these things?
Yeah, Docker and Kubernetes.
Have you ever tried this Docker images?
No, but I think if you just go on Ubuntu, like on your server, and then you use Docker run, and then what's the name of this Jenkins? I think it's Jenkins / Jenkins or something like this, the image name.
Okay.
And then you can just import it, and then you can just pull it, and then you can import that image.
Okay.
And then you can run this container.
Yeah. Okay. Can you customize that image?
Of course.
Yeah. Just you have to modify that container, and just you have to save it as a customized image. You can do that.
Yeah. So what I do, so in this case, it's from, and I use it as a base image. So from for example, Jenkins, and then add some other files or some other like images, and then I create my own customized image.
Okay.
And I expose the port number that I want, and then yes.
So I think, for example, you pull the image from the Docker Hub, And I think, for example, let me take you pull the Ubuntu image. So I'll give you one task so that you have to install Nginx server in that image. So after running that image, so you will get the container, right? So in that container, you have to install the Nginx server. So after installing Nginx server, can you create a customized image from that container? Can you create that?
Yes, because I will use it as a base image from, and then that custom, like the customer like customized image, and then I use like I Jenkins or other things, and then I expose the port number, and then I will just use this.
Yeah. Okay. That information is sufficient. So I'll tell you I'll tell you deeply. Okay. No problem. So I think I'll clarify everything. Every your doubt.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Because why I'm asking all these questions means like everything will be a part of this Jenkins. Like you need to know
Yes.
all these things. So that's why I'm asking you whether if you have a minimum basic on that, then it will be very easy for you to understand. Okay. So okay. So this is my server. I have connected to my Jenkins master. Okay. Is it visible to you? Hello?
No, I can see just the AWS console. It's coming. Mobile Stam is coming. Yes.
Mobile extern, you can visible. You can see the mobile extern.
Yeah, but you need to press something on OK. Yes, I can see now, Jenkins. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Just I'm modifying right now. Here, see.
Okay.
Okay, this is my master Jenkins master.
I cannot see it. I can only see the AWS console.
Only AWS console you can. Okay. Let me just
you share. Yeah, it's a new share.
Okay. So now you can see that.
Oh yes.
Yeah, this is my Jenkins master. Okay, I just connected to the master now. Now I'll show you the Jenkins home directory. Okay, so Jenkins. These are the basics. First, you have to learn all these things. Then only we can get into a project. Okay.
Sure.
So yeah. So this is lib Jenkins is home directory. Okay, and see these are the files in our Jenkins. Okay, so whenever you open your Jenkins UI, you complete Jenkins UI will run on these things only. Like, so whenever you build any artifact, okay, in Jenkins, so that build artifact will be saved in this workspace. Okay, got it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So then and also you have to if for example you are an administrator, Jenkins administrator, and you want to manage and you want to maintain the user credentials. For example, you want to give some user access to your colleagues. In that case, you will create the user, and for that user you will give some authorization, some access you will give. So everything will be under this users. Okay, and user content also. And also Jenkins will have some secret files, and you have to maintain that secretly, and it should not be exposed to anyone. So those things will be saved in the secrets. Okay, and if you have any updates, let me show you that cd updates. So these are the updates. So you can see here any update. If you install any update, okay, so every update will be stored, and you can see everything in this folder. Okay, and plugins, every plugin's details will be stored in this thing. And
also I've got a question about about plugins.
Okay.
For example, you will do like a small, like a very basic build.
Sorry.
For example, if you will do basic, CI/CD, basic build. So you will pull the source code from GitHub, and then after that you will build it in. Let's say it's a Java code, so program. So you will use build tools or Maven, and then you will deploy it into, for example, Tomcat.
Okay.
So my question is, so will you need to install in this Jenkins UI. So you need to install in the plugins, Git, Maven, Tomcat, and also do you need to install in the server into which you run this Jenkins server, like in the EC2 instance? Do you still need to install Tomcat, Git, and Maven as well, or only the plugins?
Okay, I understood your question. Like, what you're asking is that you are using Tomcat for deployment and Git for check out the SCM, right?
Yes,
And for
yes.
Maven for building the artifact. So you are using different kinds of plugins, but all these plugins should be installed in the same server or not? That's your question, right?
No. See, for example, do you need to install, because for example, you can install Git. No, for Jenkins, for Ubuntu, it already is installed with Ubuntu. But let's say you need to install Jenkins, the Git inside your server, EC2 instance, and then do you still need to install Git plugin inside Jenkins?
Yes, you have to install. Why? Because so see here, EC2 is a server, right?
Yes.
But here, what we are doing on that EC2 server, we are installing Jenkins. Jenkins is a software. So Jenkins is a kind of package, and EC2 is a server. Let me take this laptop is my server. On this laptop, I have Jenkins. So if I want to
Sorry. So do you have anything to draw or
yeah, let me
an
show
image?
you. Yeah, okay. That will be better if I show you a picture. Okay. So this is the paint. Okay, you're seeing, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. So what happened? So let me open one more thing. It will be better. Document. Okay. See, this is my server, right? Is it visible to you?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. So let me change the color. So this blue thing is like my EC2 server. Okay. And this white thing is like white space is like my Jenkins server, right? So my Git will be there in see, this is my Git in EC2 server. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now what we have, we don't have connection between this Git and Jenkins because both the things will be different packages. Git is one package, Jenkins is one package, but we don't have communication between this Git and Jenkins. Okay, we have a communication between Jenkins server and EC2 because we are running on EC2 server, and with the EC2 server will have an IP address. Okay, you will have an IP address. Okay, but if you want to access this Jenkins, we should have a open port. Okay, so this Jenkins will have an open port 8080. Okay, then only we can access this Jenkins. For example, if I have changed this Jenkins port as 8090, then only we can access to Jenkins. Okay, we only single IP you cannot access this Jenkins. Okay, if you use the port number, then only you will get an access to the Jenkins from the EC2 server. Then only we can establish the connection. But here we don't have any type of connection between Git and Jenkins directly. Okay, so but how we can perform all these things? First, we need to have a Git plugin in my Jenkins server. Now I will establish a connection between so you can see the image.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, now only you can access, you can communicate this Jenkins with the Git. You can understand?
Okay,
You
so
can,
nonsense. So basically, the plugins is just allows you to create a connection between
yes,
Jenkins
yeah,
and
yes,
other softwares. Okay, okay,
yes,
okay.
yes.
Thank you,
Otherwise
thank
you
you.
cannot access it. Even if, for example, if you have a Maven, right? So maybe you will have a Maven in your EC2
Okay,
server,
instance.
but you won't have an access to Jenkins. You will also, you need to just establish a connection. You have to install a Maven plugin, Maven integration plugin in the Jenkins server. Then only you
So,
can.
okay,
Okay, got the point.
so is yes, so it's the same for Tomcat. Then I have to download Tomcat, install Tomcat in my
Yes,
EC2 instance,
yes,
and then again go in Jenkins, install Tomcat plugin to create the connection. Okay, okay, okay.
yes, yes, exactly.
And same for Docker or not?
Yeah, same for Docker also. Okay, but
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
the thing is, some the connection establishment is somewhat different for the different tools. For example,
Okay,
Git
okay.
we can do like this, but for Docker we don't do like this. Okay, that setup will be different. Okay,
Okay.
that will, I'll tell you, that will also. Okay, no problem. So Docker and the Kubernetes, that setup will be somewhat complex when compared with all these things. Okay, that is somewhat advanced. Okay, we will discuss all these things, but as of now, we will start from the basic and then we will go to some advanced level. Okay, so okay, I think you don't have any doubts up to now.
No, no, thank you.
Yeah, okay. So now you can see my Jenkins server, right? Jenkins UI.
Yes.
Okay. See, here we have, let me explain a brief about some all these things so that I'll be satisfied, because yeah, okay,
It's
because
okay.
I don't want to skip anything, because you are giving money, so I need to explain everything. That's why. And it will also will be helpful to you if you can recollect all these things. Okay, yeah. So here we have a UI, and here you can see this is my this dashboard. Okay, in this dashboard you can see this is SW name, last success, last failure, last, you know everything about these things.
So as I think is status.
Yeah, you have to,
No,
you have to
status.
know about these things also. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we can create the project, but we don't know what all these things also. Okay, so here you can see S indicates the status of the build. Okay, so here you can see the green thing, right? Green mark, it will indicate the success. Okay, and see here, even we didn't do anything here. Okay, even we didn't execute the build operation. Okay, hello.
Yes, yes. I'm
Yeah,
here. I can hear you.
I think it's better to give me like just whether you're understanding or not. I'll ask you.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
ask you.
Sure.
Yeah, so that I can know whether you are listening or just you will understand or not. I get to know that. So that's why.
Okay,
So
okay,
yeah,
okay.
this one will indicate whether so you haven't performed any build operation. So that's why you are getting like this. But whenever you perform any build operation and that build operation is success, then you will get a green color, a right mark. But if the build is failed, then you will get a red mark here. Okay, so that is the S indicates the status. But here weather indicates, W indicates the weather. Weather means like your build is stable or not. Okay, so stability, how you can check the whether the build is stable or not? Do you have any idea about that?
No.
Okay, okay, no problem. So stable build means like for example, you have build the project 5 times. Just you have just used the operation, build operation will be there, and you have clicked the build operation 5 times, and you can see your build is success at the first time, and the build is failed second time, and the build is failed again, and the build is success fourth time, and build is success again fourth time. So in that scenario, you can see there are three builds which are success, two builds which are fail. But here if you see, these fail and success will be like alternative things, like first one is failed, first second one is fail, success, failed, success, failed, success, like that you are getting the build right. But you are not getting success, 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 you are not getting like that, just you are alternatively you're getting success. So that we can say that it is unstable build. Unstable means build is not successful every time. So for example, you have built the project 5 times, and all the 5 times your build is successful, then you can say that your build is stable. But in case if your build failed any 2 times in the 5 builds, then you can say that your build is unstable. Or if you build if your build is if your build is getting success every alternative time. Okay, so that will also unstable build. So this weather indicates whether your build is stable or unstable. Why I'm explaining this, I'm much stressing this means whenever you are working in any real-time project, it is your responsibility to check you, because sometimes you may work in already existed project. You don't need to create any CI/CD pipeline, and you don't need to create any project. Sometimes maybe in between the project you may get into that project, and you have to manage the project only. In that time, whenever the developer commits any source code to the source code management tool, then it will automatically trigger by using some source code, some pole SCM triggers. So whenever it will trigger, it will automatically build the source code. At that time, you have to check whether my build is stably it's stable or not. If it is not stable, there may be some problem in your CI/CD pipeline, or it may be some problem in your workspace. So you have to check your EC2 server, and all the configuration setup you have to check, because it is an unstable thing. So unstable thing will may create some problem, right? So that's why you need to check all these things here in the dashboard. Okay, and next we have a name. So this is your project name. Okay, and you have a last success. You can check when is your, for example, here you can see 25th. So my 25th build is a last success. Okay, so you can check all these things. Okay, so here you can get the all the information about. Okay, and you will get to know all these things. Okay, no problem. When we go into some okay, in next classes we'll see all these things. So, and also last failure will be my 23rd build will be it was the my
Was failed.
last fail. Yes. So, and last duration, so this is what my project success no, my project has built successfully, so 11 seconds ago. Okay, and if you want to build the project, you can directly build from here. Okay, and
Okay.
also you can change this columns, right? If you want to change, you can change all these columns. I'll show you all
Oh,
these
okay, okay.
okay, I'll show you all these things. Okay, no problem. So that's all about a brief introduction about all these things, and just we need to go to manage Jenkins. So I think we have 1 minute more. Okay, so no
Oh,
problem.
okay, 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 okay. So if I wanted to ask you something, please.
Yeah, okay, okay, you can.
So first thing is, for the master slave architecture, the setup.
Okay.
You know, because I saw one is, you know, when you have to go to through your Jenkins UI, and then you add after the last forward slash, you add GNLP's jars, something like that. Is that how you do to set up the master slave architecture or not?
Yeah, actually, we will do JNLP connection like Java Network Launch Protocol, right? So
Okay,
yeah,
but so you use the Jenkins UI, or you go into the EC2 and then inside the Jenkins.
sorry, I'm not getting your question clearly.
See, for example, let's say
Mhm.
if you want to set up Jenkins, the master slave architecture. So after the, you know, do you use the Jenkins UI? After the last forward, do you add GNLP's jar, things like that, you know, and or do you go inside the EC2 instance of where Jenkins is, and then go inside like using Linux commands?